Nothing going on out here. How about you? Find anything? Sounds like it's a waiting game then.
It seems I have uninvited guests. You want to explain yourselves?
Whoa, hey, it's me. Tane. Put the gun down already.
It's not you I'm concerned about. It's your friend. I wish I could say I was pleased to meet you, but something tells me this isn't a social. Please, if you're here on my father's orders, if I can't appeal to your sense of duty, perhaps your sense of compassion will do. I am not sure how familiar you are with our culture, but all I've ever wanted was the right to choose. I was born House Vithal. I was raised to inherit the role of Elder, to run the Ministry of State, to worship the Great Serpent. But I want none of it.
With House Vithal? Easier said than done.
It's never mattered how much I tried to reason with him. My father simply would not let me go. His pride and the fear of what it would mean for House Vithal is all he cares about. Shame, embarrassment, fuel for the other houses to ridicule my father. I don't want any of that for him, but he left me no choice. If he would have listened just once, maybe I could have left on good terms with my father's blessing. Control the narrative, as they like to say. That's the issue. As far as my father's concerned, he's the most supportive parent out there, giving me all the tools and teachings I need to inherit House Vithal and assume the reins of the Ministry of State. I'm the ungrateful one. I'm the problem. Not him. All I want is to make my own life. Something Tane understood.
The credits help too. But yeah, guess you got the whole scoop now. I was hoping you'd see it that way. I lost my ship to the incident, so I didn't want Barrick running off thinking I could just grab him and go. I was also out all the credits he was gonna pay me. That's where you came in. I figured, why not two for the price of one? I didn't realize it was gonna turn into a whole thing.
So, now you know my true intentions for leaving, and given the circumstances, I may be here for some time. My hope now is to make the best of it here. I suppose I owe you that much. The truth is, the Scaled Citadel was the last straw. My people are so blinded by faith and politics, they don't see how it's destroying us. Anasko Varun eliminated half our population in the blink of an eye. My sister Vashti among them. I could no longer live in a society that won't put its people first. That would destroy itself in the name of a god that has done nothing for us. Perhaps you are lucky then. It's not easy to watch people you love blindly follow a path that leads to their destruction. I hope you can see why I want to walk away from all this. To start my own life. I ask that you give me that chance. Anything. Name it. My ring? Vashti gave it to me. It's all I have left of her since the cataclysm. The disaster took every physical reminder of her except for this ring. Just wiped her from existence. True. It's as if she's looking out for me. One last time. Take it. I'll find solace in the fact that the ring will remain with my family. And now I hope we are done here. Thank you for seeing reason. I owe you both my life and freedom.
Now that's over with. I'm gonna hang back here, talk to Varric a bit. Besides, I don't want to be around when you break the news to Victor. Do me a favor and find me at the Herald's Rest when you're done.
Well? You're back. What news do you bring? Vindicator? Is it done? You're back. What news do you bring?
What have you done, Varric?
This blood is on your hands, Victor. I hope you remember this. And I also told you to spare him.
No, it was Varric's choice. He knew the consequences.
You were his father. You were supposed to protect him. You think you are doing what is right out of some blind dedication, but you are destroying this house. You already lost one child. You had to murder the other.
Victoria!
I will not hear any more of this. It is done. Leave us.
Oh, I am leaving to mourn my nephew whose memory you disgrace with your very presence.
Victoria!
Leave her be, Luther. The Great Serpent will guide her. She will understand in time and emerge stronger for it. Indeed it does. Now, only one matter remains to discuss. Did you find anyone who aided my son in his treachery? Good. Unfortunately, I have heard ramblings among the people of Varric's disappearance. Wardens are dealing with the matter as we speak. But you restored order to this house and have my gratitude. Here, the access code that Ekris needs to connect to the power grid. Now go. I have much to arrange. Ekris awaits, Diviner. Until next time.
First thought, if only you had allowed Vindicator.
Vindicator. Apologies, but you're not cleared to purchase from me yet.
Trying to keep strong, but I fear I may be losing my mind.
By now, you're probably tired of seeing this face. Me too. Huh. Glad we got that whole barrack business sorted. Whole thing was starting to be a real pain in the ass. Yeah, I know. You don't have to rub it in, though. No one likes a show-off. Anyway, seeing as I don't have a ship, I'm kind of out of a job. So I was thinking, if you're looking for an extra hand, I got two. They both work well enough, I mean, for my age anyway. But fair warning, I can't do all that moving around and trying new things, stuff that the kids do. Because fact is, I'm retired. Not from work, but life. Then we're on the same page. Good. Oh, and one other thing. I've got a reputation. You ask anyone about Tane Salavea, and they'll tell you he's old and lazy and useless with a gun. And I'm here to tell you that's only half true. I am old and lazy, but I'm okay with the gun. Is that sarcasm? I can't tell. I mean, yeah, I don't move much, but I can if I have to. Depends on what's chasing me. Good. I like your hiring style. No interview or background check. That's all bullshit anyway, in case you didn't know. Better you just point me to my station so we can get on with it. Guess I'll be heading out. See you later, Captain. Do you need me somewhere? Already, huh? Not gonna throw around the ball and do some bonding first? Alright, fire away. That's a long story. You sure you want to hear it? Or are you cool with the short version? Oh god, seriously? Oh, fine. I'll start from the beginning. So I got a reputation in the smuggling business. No muss, no fuss. But my main rule is, I don't rat out my suppliers. And I got 20 months in a Martian prison eating salted rocks to prove it. Smuggling organs. And I know what you're thinking, but I'm just the delivery guy. Not my business who they belong to. Sure they did. Freedom, a swanky apartment, and all the steak I could eat. But there's an old saying, you feed birds bread, they forget how to fetch the berry. I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna live a beggar's life to be king for a day. Damn straight. So I'm expecting to do hard labor. Strings on my back like a damn puppet for the UC. But after 6 months, I get out for good behavior. Well, I tell them they got the wrong guy. My behavior flat out stinks. Still, the guard insists. Says someone in a fancy suit vouched for me, and he's waiting at the broken spear. Now, I've never worn a suit in my life, and I don't deal with anyone who does. And I'm willing to bet this guy's favor comes with his own set of strings. You know what? I agree. Because my life got way more interesting after. Anyway, guy offers me a job, but he's real light on the details. He can't tell me what cargo he wants to move. He can't tell me who it's for. Won't even tell me his damn name. Just wrote some numbers on a napkin and left the bar. But the napkin told me all I needed to know. The coordinates and the payment. In advance. Not a lot, but enough. As for the job, it went down like this. I jumped to the location, and there's another guy waiting for me. My job is to pass off the cargo to him. Thing is, he's a real chatty bastard. Tells me the same story I just told you, how he was given coordinates to land and coordinates to jump to. He tells me he thinks there's a whole crew of us working like a relay team, but I keep my mouth shut because it's none of my business. Funny thing is, next time I do the job, the chatty guy's gone, and I'm doing his route instead of mine. You, got a prescription for those rose-tinted glasses? Because that is not how I saw it. Anyway, every time I do the job, the jumps get more and more remote, and the relay team gets smaller and smaller. And the more remote the job, the more slick the operation. Faces I haven't seen, shorter drop-offs, no convos. It's all business. Then one day, I'm asked to meet with someone who clearly isn't local. Nah, nothing like that. Just a man from a place off the map. At that point, I realized the whole thing was a test, and now it's time to jump to the homeland for real. I also knew that if I screwed this up, I'd be a dead man, so pressure was on. I could hear my old man chirping in my head, reminding me to keep from shaking. So I kept still, said nothing, and completed the job. More importantly, I earned their trust. The rest is like that old tale about Jinan and the snake. History. Doctor prescribed it for me. Said it'd be good for my blood pressure. Diet and exercise, where I'm from, those are curse words. But if you want the real story, I became a smuggler for the same reason any hustler, deadbeat, or soldier of fortune does anything. Money. I did it for the money. You're preaching to the choir there. It's a bit rough going at first, but once you learn all the angles, it's cake. I like to think so. I guess I'll start from the beginning. My dad was a military guy, and we moved around a lot. That meant spending a lot of time at spaceports. That's where I got my education. I'd watch how crates were moved, logged, and stashed. I'd see how palms were greased and how to ask for what you want without saying what you mean. Just a master's? Don't sell me short. I've got at least a doctorate. Long story short, I eventually saved enough to buy a small freighter and got in contact with a guy at the Trade Authority. And here's the kicker. My first job? Smuggling a big old pile of Varun heretic writings. At the time, I thought they were just pamphlets. But hey, maybe they were a sign. It's all run by House Dulkef, from managing the supply chain to enlisting spies and doing intelligence. They call themselves the Ministry of Commerce. I thought it was just a fancy name for a smuggling racket, but being on the inside, I could tell you it's a well-oiled machine. Everything runs on time, every book is exact to the decimal, and everybody involved knows to keep their mouth shut. Gotta be. Although I haven't met any myself. And I know better than to ask. I answer what I can, but I don't tell any secrets. I mean, hell, I don't know any secrets, and I'd like to keep it that way. You mean all that serpent stuff? I don't know. Isn't any crazier than the Sanctum Universum. I've lived a long time and seen a lot of weird shit. Great serpent, lesser hamster, holy pineapple. It's all the same to me. Pray to whoever or whatever you want. If your creds are good, then so are we. Got a job to deliver some soap once. And of course, I don't get it. Why do you need a smuggler for that? Well, you know how oils and fats are what you use to make soap? Turns out, if you use a certain kind of oil, you can make soap that'll get you high. None come to mind at the moment. Ask me again later. I can tell you, but just so you know, talking about this stuff's not really my thing. I'd rather not talk about that. Look, my family and I aren't close. I'd like to give you a sob story like we're all alcoholics or something. But the truth is, a lost stranger. We just don't talk. It's not like we hate each other or anything. If I see my brother, I'll be the first to give him a hug. It's just been 10 years since the last one. You think so? If they're anything like me, I doubt it. It's not that I don't care. I just don't care enough. I'm too busy trying to work the space lanes to worry about which cousin has a birthday this week. But fine. If it'll make you happy, maybe I'll send a slate and see what they're all up to. Fine by me.
Yes?
Never been in the ritual caves. I heard they make you shave your head and put tattoos on your face. That true? Sure, I'll give it a shot.
The great serpent saved Dazra from sin.